The late afternoon news conference was called by the residents on Sunday as they continue to live in the fear of getting evicted.
Once the properties or the plot of lands were bought, we proceed to develop our respective plots with buildings worth millions of dollars. A German national by the name Ban George Dedrich claimed ownership of our lands consisting of 22 plots, compounds measuring about 180 meters by 69 meters by 150 by 137.90 meters. Since then, we've been in a protracted land dispute with Ban George Dedrich. The matter was taken to court by Judge Dedrich and obtained a judgment in his favor in 2012. We were not a party to this case. We were not aware of this case and was not served of any judicial proceedings. We only knew about this case one day when they came to evict us with a lorry full of police intervention unit personnel in riot gears and guns.
A massive 22 families are involved. This land dispute stretches to as far back as in the previous government.
Without waiting for us to exercise our right to stay of execution and appeal of the court judgment. Upon eviction, we wrote a petition to the then president that led to the formation of an investigative panel that came up with their report. It concluded that we return our properties and Ban be compensated at another location in the greater Banjul area. The matter was deemed amicably resolved, laid to rest. We were told to go ahead and lease our properties if any of us meet the lease requirement. Some of us went ahead, applied, and were granted lease. We were the people who wrote the petition to the previous government to acknowledge them about our frustration and misery. They didn't come from thin air. No abuse of power, as skeptics might assume when Jammeh government intervention is mentioned in this dispute. After the change of government, to our surprise, we received a notice to vacate we received a notice to vacate by the Honorable Sheriff. We think is very unjust, unfair, not in the interest of justice and fair play. That Ban George Dedrich has been fully compensated, but still try to evict us from our land we legally bought and spend millions to develop.
According to the aggrieved families, they got their land from traditional landowners in Bijilo. With this, they mean the Alcalo.
As I stated in the speech, we obtain our land from bona fide traditional landowners. Our source of ownership derived from the Alcalo of Bijilo. I think with our norms and values, normally, previously, Alcalos own land. We 100% sure this land belongs to the Bijilo Alcalo. You know, we are 100% sure because down in history, Alcalos are always the people who own villages. And when you look at Bijilo, this family, they've been the Alcalos from long way back. They're the owners of Bijilo, which nobody can dispute, the Charter family. Thank you, sir.
The compound owners have also accused the man who claims to own this part of Tranquil and his partner of either renting away or trying to sell their land.
The compound that they were actually renting, their owners are here with me. And when we came to when the state came, the day they were supposed to evict them, those people who were asked to stay in the name of Ban, they told us they were renting. Some of them were mechanics. You know, we have proof beyond reasonable doubts to that. Yes, sir. And when it's about sales, it's already indicated everywhere on our walls for sale, with the numbers written on it. And in fact, I one time called Ban and wanted to know, whether this was numbers belonging to somebody else. But when I call him, I say I pretended to be a potential buyer and conceal my identity and told him I wanted my own home. He said he was selling it for $4 million. I was so annoyed that I didn't continue concealing my identity. Then he rang off. So we have proof beyond reasonable doubt.
They also want the borough administration to intervene.
Recently, we pushed to a tight corner with the provocative situation we are in, caused by no other than an individual with his enabler for nothing other than fostering their ambition for self-enrichment from our hard-earned built homes. The trend this whole situation is taking is frustrating and will eventually lead to serious conflict, the possible consequence of which may lead to violence or undesirable results, since they are constantly coming to our homes to evict us and families forcefully. Our ardent desire to enjoy the fruit of our investment in peace, in tranquility in our motherland. We don't have words to express what we are going through. The magnitude of pain, frustration. This is why we consider it dutiful on us as responsible law-abiding citizens to revert back to our government and all genuine concerned citizens with the means and powers to help us solve this unending frustration we as family heads are facing all the time. We have firm belief that as a citizen of a state, we deserve some kind of protection. This is why we call this press conference. We pledge to His Excellency Adama Barrow and his able government to come to our intervention, help solve this land dispute amicably.
The white man is relying on a court judgment which was made in his favor to take back his land. But already, houses numbering 22 have been built on the land worth millions of dollars. It will certainly take a fight before these people can have their investments taken away from them. Reporting for the Fatu Network News Review, Jack CCJT.